Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. In this episode, we will be reviewing the first T20 between Pakistan and Bangladesh. It was a low scoring affair in Dhaka, but Pakistan winning by 4 wickets after a tough start to the chase. But it was Shadab and Nawaz who put on a brilliant partnership under pressure. They found the boundaries with ease and took Pakistan across the line. It was a brilliant effort from Bangladesh after just getting to 127. It was a low score, but the way the bowlers fought back, Taskin and Mustafizur with the new ball, Mehdi Hassan, the fielding was on point. That Shoaib Malik run out was kind of the turning point, and yeah, that was a bizarre run out. But Bangladesh were on top of things for most of the second innings, but batting depth helped Pakistan. Their all-rounders chipping in Nawaz and Shadab. It shows that, how important it is for your bowlers to bat as well in this format. Even though it's just 20 overs, they can be called upon in different situations, and today was such situation. I think the slower balls really worked on this pitch. If you saw Pakistan as well, the way they bowled, brilliant bowling from Hassan Ali. He changed the pace. It was very difficult to hit. And, when they tried to hit him, he got the wickets. Nawaz was good with the ball. Shadab was brilliant. I think Mohammad Wasim was outstanding. He was, really good bowling. I think he's liking these conditions. Haris Rauf was a bit disappointing. I think he used the pace a bit too much. This was a pitch where you had to bowl more slower balls, and that's something that he'll have to work on. But apart from that, it was a good bowling performance from Pakistan, a really good one. And then with the bat, it wasn't the best batting performance, but they came back well. The same thing with Bangladesh, I would say. They bowled so well, but in the death, Mustafizur, even Shariful, both of them, they bowled with a bit too much pace. They didn't change the pace. They didn't bowl the slower deliveries as often. Whenever they pulled a slower ball, it was a dot ball or a single. It was very difficult on this pitch to generate the pace and hit you out the ground. Shadab and Nawaz batted brilliantly, but a couple of balls early on in their innings, they were fast, full, and wide, and they just used the pace. After that, they got used to the pitch and they started picking out the bowlers. But I think initially you'd have to bowl that slower ball, which both Shariful and Mustafizur couldn't manage towards the death. Despite getting hit for 15 runs in his last over, Mustafizur's economy is still 6.5, so it's still really good figures. But if you look at the game on a whole, when it's a low scoring game, you need your best bowler, Mr. Fazur, to go for 3 or 4 runs in that last over, or even 6-7 is okay, but he went for 15. He didn't use the slower ball well, and yeah, it was disappointing for Bangladesh in the end. Probably another 10-15 runs short, but these pitches are difficult, so anything 120, 130 plus is going to be a tricky chase. It's not going to be easy, and I think with no dew around, Bangladesh actually had a chance to win this game. They did well. They set it up the game. The top order, the way they bowled, that ball Mustafizur bowled to Rizwan was outstanding, phenomenal. Even Taskin's ball to Babar, that extra pace and then changing it up. The change was, very, very crucial. But yeah, I think overall good win for Pakistan. It shows that there are weaknesses in this Pakistan team, but they're getting out of jail. When the pressure comes in, their batsmen are being able to take them out. Whether it's the all rounders or anyone else, they're absorbing that pressure and finding a way to win the game, which is very, very important, and credit to them. For Bangladesh, it's an inexperienced side. They don't have a few big players like Saqib, like Mushfiqur, no Tamim Iqbal, no Litan Das, Soumya Sukar, who have recently played a lot of cricket for Bangladesh. So it's going to be a learning curve for their batsmen, particularly at the top. If you look at the top four, Mohammad Naeem, Saif Hassan, Hussein Shanto, Afif Hussain. So these four guys are a bit inexperienced. I felt that Afif Hussain played really well today and could have gone on and maybe taken the score to 140, 150, which should have been a match-winning score on this pitch. And that's something that he'll have to learn from. So once he gets the start, make sure he finishes it off and gives his team the correct platform, the right platform to, do some damage with the ball. So yeah, it's something these guys will learn. It's an inexperienced side and it's a good learning curve. They fought well, I felt, against Pakistan, and they should take some pride in that they took it till the last over. And now whatever mistakes they made, whether it was with the ball or with the bat, that's something they'll have to rectify in the second T20. It's a learning curve for Bangladesh. This is a fresh team now, and with Mahmudullah's experience, hopefully they can win a few games, and more situations like these will arise where it goes to the last over. But they will be really happy with the way they fought. It was a very low score, and to take it till the end, they should be happy with it. With Pakistan, The top order will be disappointed. Babar Azam and Rizwan, they normally get off to good starts. You can't always bank on them. But then, the other two, Haider Ali, he didn't capitalize. Khushdil Shah, he got a good start but didn't capitalize. I felt Khushdil Shah still was decent, but, the likes of Haider Ali and then Shoaib Malik as well, that was very lazy from him. Not expected from someone like a Shoaib Malik who is very particular in these kind of things in terms of runouts and everything. He was not alert at all. So that's something that Pakistan will look to improve on. There were times in the T20 World Cup where the lower order bailed them out, which is completely fine. That's what happens. But when it's a low scoring affair, you would rather your top order perform. But it's a good exposure for them, for Shadab and Nawaz, and they'll be very, very happy with that. 1-0 to Pakistan. I expected Pakistan to win this game, but I didn't expect it to be this close. But credit to them that they got the win. That's what counts at the end. And now looking forward to that second T20. For me, there's plenty of options, but the player of the match, I'm going to go with Shadab. He picked up a wicket, and then the way he came and changed the game around with the bat, outstanding. 21 runs, 10 balls, 1 4 2 sixes, strike rate of 210. And then if you look at his bowling figures, 4 overs, 20 runs, 1 wicket, economy of 5. So Shadab, for me, a proper impact player in this game with the bat and also with the ball. He was outstanding. So he is the man of the match, and if he can show this consistency, he will be a great all-rounder in the future. And he's still a young guy. Even though he's played so much cricket, he's still a young guy, and he still has plenty of cricket in him. And it's just about learning from these situations. He picked up 4 wickets in that semi-final and they lost, but now he contributed in a winning way. So he's in good form, and hopefully he can continue. So for me, the player of the match is Shadab. With that, I think that wraps it up. It was a great game of cricket. Plenty of action coming up. We have the India-New Zealand game. AB de Villiers retires. Tim Payne resigns from Australian captaincy due to a controversial message. So there's a lot that we'll have to cover. We'll do that throughout the day. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for the latest content from the cricketing world. Thank you so much.